Hi guys, we're going to go ahead and get this mixed media canvas done. I'm going to apologize. I think I've got it to where you can see it straight instead of from the side, but we'll see what happens. Even though the autofocus, I've been messing with it for the last hour and a half and it's just not being fixed, so we're just going to go with it. So hopefully everybody has their supplies and is ready to go. We're gonna start out by, well, first, this is 5x7. This is what I said for y'all's homework. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the one that's going to be given away a little bit bigger. I think this is an 8x10, I think. Yeah, almost 8x10. I'm going to go ahead and work on this bigger one. Yeah, see the autofocus. I apologize, guys. I don't know if this video is going to work or if it's going to drive me absolutely batty. But anyways, we're going to put our first layer down, which is going to be gesso. I'm going to gesso the whole entire thing. So I'm going to protect my little mat right there. And I'm going to use white gesso. And I'm just going to use a paintbrush on it. That's all. And I'm just doing this so that the color will move later on. Now keep in mind that there is quite a bit of drying time. That we're going to go through the different stages after this dries. We're going to, well, I sure put out a lot, didn't I? We're going to put texture paste down on the next layer, so, and then painting everything. Let's open this and see if we can put some back in here. I hope everybody has been enjoying our boot camp. I know I've learned lots of new things and it's been fun, except for those alcohol ink circles. That didn't go too well for me. I think I needed more. Wow. Don't do this. This is going to be a video of what not to do. I hope y'all are ready. Because I put on enough gesso to do 3 of these. That is too funny. Now, I don't have my heat gun or my heating tool. It kind of caught on fire, so I have to use my embossing gun. So I will stop the video when I go to do that. That way you guys don't have to listen to it. There we go. Okay, now that that's dry, my next layer is going to be putting some texture on here with some stencils and texture paste. I'm going to use a combination of stencils. I have one from Indigo Blue and a couple from Little Birdie. But my intentions are to use this zipper. Kind of like this, I think. I might end up not using a zipper. I don't know. With a butterfly flying out. And then a whole bunch of flowers down here. So, I'm going to start with putting some texture, some breaks, and I am using Tim Holtz Distress Texture Paste in a matte. I need more. And a word of advice, I have a little container off to the side here with just some water in it. When you're done using your stencils, put your stencils in water if you're not able to if you're not able to immediately wash them off. Put them in water. That way nothing sticks to your stencil and ruin your stencil. It won't change it. And guys, I'm really bad at making videos. I talk to myself every so often, but I'm not used to talking to people or doing videos or anything like that. So I apologize if this is very boring, crazy. Not much fun. And if it's on the sides, you just go like this. And then the sides. As you can see, mixed media is a gigantic mess. Same way this way. Oh, please hold. I have to let the dogs in. Okay, and we're back. And as you can see, I probably should have done the top first, but of course, you know me. I am always backwards. But this stuff actually dries pretty quick. It really does. It dries really quick. So we may not have to stop. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. My bad. I'm definitely not one to be recording videos. Not at all. Stick that one down in the water. And the next stencil with these flowers, I'm going to try something a little bit different. Hi, Shorty. What are you doing, buddy? Just because I want some sparkle, but I don't know if it'll end up getting up or getting covered up later on. But there's this Ranger Stickles. I was thinking about trying one of these or both through the flower stencil. I've not used it very much at all, so, and this is from Little Birdie. So I'm not exactly sure how, but I'm thinking about trying it. right? We'll see. If we don't like it, we can always cover it back up with something else, and most of it will end up covered back up. Let me wipe this off. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Alright, which is the right way. Let's see, is this dry? Okay, guys. I'm going to apologize real quick for the noise. Okay, now that our texture paste is dry, I'm going to go ahead and add another layer, and that's what this boot camp is all about. Layers and layers. Now let's get rid of that. Oh no, let's try the pointy one. There we go. Let's see how this works. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. If anybody else has used this, I would love to know. I really would. I don't know if it's going to give us texture or if it's just, I might be completely, I don't know, pretty cool. Completely messing this up right here. But it's alright. Most of this will end up getting covered up, though, for the most part, I think. I bet I smushed that one. I'll flip this around to make it a little bit easier. Stick that right there. Hopefully I'm still in view. And hopefully you can hear me. I don't know what is up with the volume on my phone or the video, or if it's the video quality. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's just a sign that I'm not meant to make videos. I believe that's what it is a sign of. I am not meant to make videos, and I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, we should have just done it in with texture paste, but oh well. Hindsight's 20/20, right? Let's use the rest on our knife down here. Oop, sorry. I hit the camera again. There we go. Alrighty. Scrape off if there's anything off and get that straight into the water. Alright. Here we go. Be a great idea to have wipies too. That's gonna go in the water too. Cover back up. And dry again. Okay, so let's talk about this Ranger Stickles. It is not drying with a heat gun. So we're gonna go to plan B, which is prepping the other stuff that I'm going to use on this canvas with like gesso and painting some of the stuff pink and deciding what all we're going to use, because this is going to have to sit off to the side and air dry, because heat just isn't cutting it. So, plan B it is. Okay guys, plan B. Plan B, plan B. So this is the stuff, the flowers that I'm going to use. I don't have a whole lot of flowers to use. Now I got my inspiration off of Pinterest. And she is called Isle of Crafty Creations. She also has a blog. I'll try to link all that in the description box. But that's where I got my inspiration to do the flowers and the butterfly. But what I wanted to talk about was all this right here. I'm going with pink. Even though it's all colors, we can cover all of this up with a coat of gesso and turn it pink. Whether we use paint, sprays, stains, ink pads, oxide pads, it doesn't matter. We can turn it pink once we put a layer of gesso on it. So I just wanted to show you guys. I'm not going to bore you with covering this stuff up. It would make the video 10 times longer, and I know nobody wants to see that. But basically what I'm going to do is what I think I'm going to use. If it's not already some shade of pink, like this, leaves, I have more of these and I want the leaves, so I'm going to cut off the leaves and I'm going to give it a coat of gesso, white gesso. That way it turns it white. Now a lot of the stuff that I cut out already, some leaves, some other flowers, butterflies, some other wildflowers with stems and stuff, I cut that out of watercolor cardstock. So I don't need to coat that with gesso. It's white, it'll take it, no problem at all. But I just wanted to show you that this is what I am going to be using. It's a mismatch Mod Podge of different flowers, different shapes, different sizes, different stuff. And of course, do you think that I could find pink round balls or beads or anything like that? No, not at all. So we're going to turn some purple ones white. The other thing is this butterfly. This is from Indigo Blues Mixed Media Magazine number 3. It is a stamp. What I did was I stamped it on the smooth side of the watercolor cardstock. You can see one side, you know, is bumpier, toothier. It has a bit of a texture to it. And the other side is smooth. Well, I stamped it with my Ranger embossing pad and poured gold embossing powder on it and then took the heat gun to it. I can't decide if I want to just like water paint it with ink, or I'm thinking about using some distress embossing glaze and use my pen, pour some distress embossing glaze and see what happens. Worst case scenario is I don't like the way that it comes out and I stamp another one and cut out another one, right? So we're going to do that because I do think it is pretty cool to watch. I'm going to look for just a little bit of something right quick. I don't have one of those things, but this is a perfect medium brush. It's basically like your embossing powder. Pad, or your liquid, you know, your embossing pad. Basically, I'm just going to color in, you know, where it's white. It'll get it wet. We'll see what it looks like. If I don't like it, you know, we can always stamp another one and redo it. It's the greatest thing, even if we don't like it. It's no big deal. We can redo it. I need another one of these pens desperately. Desperately, desperately. Now the distress embossing glaze is translucent, so you will be able to see what is under it. I haven't really used them a whole lot. That's why I thought, hey, pink, gold, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and check this out. And hopefully, I'm thinking my pen. I hope so. We'll see. May not like it. me just do it all over again. Got a piece of paper here. Some people use a coffee filter. Me, I didn't bring a coffee filter out here, so nor did I bring anything to hold this with, so this should be interesting. Nor did I use an embossing buddy, but hey, it's alright. See where I missed some. It's okay. No big deal. Nothing has to be perfect. Missed some more. Alright. Get the lid on that. Stick that up here. Find my heat gun somewhere. There it is. Get it turned on. We'll see what happens. I hope it doesn't mess with my other embossing powder. I didn't even think about that till right now. I just think embossing anything is just awesome. I love watching the embossing powder melt and how it changes. It's just, I love it. It's great. I could play with this all day. Well, it doesn't look too bad, and it give the wings some shapes, but you know what we can do. We can take our pen and fix this, no problem. And go over it like this. Hit these little places right here that we missed, or that I missed, I should say. Grab our embossing glaze. Come here, Mr. Butterfly. Yep. I think we got most of them now. Alright, let's hit him again. Alright. There. Now we have a nice pink butterfly. Not sure how I like them. We'll see how everything else comes together. And then the other thing that I was telling you guys about, I feel stuck on that. Let's get rid of that. And grab another sheet to protect. It's all we're going to do, or all I'm going to do off camera. When I'm not using this, but I know I'm going to use it, I stick it in a wet baby wipe. That way it doesn't get hot. I mean hot. Listen to me. My brain's getting hot. Put some gesso out, and then what I'm going to do is basically just give everything, and it's messy, it's going to be messy, everything that I need to take color that is not white. Even if it is white, if you want to give it a coat to take the color better, you sure can. But even all of this, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to take gesso and I'm going to smear it on everything. To all the flowers that I'm going to use, I have some fabric, lace, doilies, some cheesecloth. If you're fabric or lace or anything like that, you can always dye it with your inks, whatever color you want, or you can keep it whatever color that it is. It's all whatever you want to do, whatever you guys are making. But yeah, so pretty much I'm going to finish all of this off camera, and when those stickles gel and all my stuff is ready, I will come back to you guys and we will put everything on the canvas and get this finished up. So I will be back. Okay guys, so when I stopped this, I saw that we are already at 27 minutes in for this video. So what I'm going to do is make part 2. We're going to put this in 2 parts. That way you guys, I know with school starting and sports, band, ball games, Danny working, it's just been crazy. So I don't figure, ooh, hey, look. This is not going to be a problem, taking the leaves off. Woohoo! Okay, sorry. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and make this 2 parts. This is going to be part 1, basically prepping. And in the next video, we will go ahead and put everything down and get everything down and finish up our canvas. So if while you're waiting for part 2, you guys want to get all of your stuff and get it all ready to go, I will be back, and part 2 will be finishing up our canvas. Thank you guys, and if you have any questions, please just leave them in the comments and I will get to them as quick as I can. Bye.